This looks like a reaction to a reaction video again, but the title is Here's How to Pay Contractors. And I've been doing this 15, 20 years and still have to struggle day to day. So I kind of want to see what he has to say.
How I pay my contractors to minimize the possibility of me getting burned. Every contractor I hire signs a contract called a service level agreement. In it, we outline a detailed scope of work, the timeline, and structured pay schedule, so there's no guessing and no confusion. I'm never paying my contractors the full amount up front. What I do is pay a deposit, and the remaining balance is paid after they've completed the work and they've passed inspection. Why? Because once they're paid in full and they fail an inspection, it's sometimes really hard to get them to come back out and fix their mistakes. And on the back end, I'm sending 1099s to all my contractors. This is going to allow me to write their work off as expenses, stay compliant, and protect my profit.
Yeah, all this is great advice, but I want to take it a step further. I only want to get a labor-only price from my contractors. I never want them to get any of the material, especially my finished material. Typically, my tradespeople, like my plumber, electrician, and HVAC, everything behind the walls, I'm fine with them buying and including in their price. Everything on the outside of the walls, I just want a labor-only price. I want to source my own cabinets, my own vanity, my backsplash, my tile, my flooring. I want to source all my own finishes. So just something to keep in mind there. But yeah, he's 100% right. When you give them the final payment, it is a lot harder to get them to come back for something unless you are holding something back to make sure everything's 100% done. So keep that in mind. Definitely think this is great advice.
Here's
Agree with both of these guys. It's good advice on both counts. The original video creator talked about having a clearly defined contract, scope of work. Really got to do that in the upfront. I mean, I fall short on that sometimes too. Like I'm like, oh, this is just a simple little thing. We can just handshake kind of deal, and then inevitably something goes wrong, something goes south, and just doesn't get done right. And you end up spending more time than if you would have just put the contract in place in the beginning. The the guy who's reacting to the original video mentioned the finished products. I think it's a really good call too. Um, tile. So many different kinds of tile, so many variations, so many different colors, so many everything. Like if you're doing a remodel and you buy the tile and say, this is the tile that I want you to install, like maybe you've already got a sample or a box on site, like the installer can say, yeah, I can install this and here's what it's going to cost. I'll buy all the other materials besides the tile. I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't understand why some contractors are really apprehensive about that because the client literally got you exactly what they want and you just have to make it install. Like you can write it in your contract, like owner supplied the tile, such and such tile, and I'm going to install it. Like it doesn't have to be super complicated. Um, there's so many different levels of finishes, and it just makes so much more sense, I think, to buy the finished materials.